welcome to the newspaper review on TAP TV. In case you're just joining us for the first time and you're wondering what the newspaper review is all about, it's a show where we bring you stories making the front page of Nigerian newspapers. We talk about them here, digest it, and dissect them. And as usual, I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by my very gorgeous Kosi. Kosi, how are you?
I'm good, I'm fine.
I'm glad having you once again on the show.
You're most welcome. I enjoy being here, especially to review the newspaper with you. It's quite very interesting. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us once again.
You're most welcome.
You too can also be a part of the show. Follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook, Tap TV NG. We're on Instagram, Tap TV underscore NG. We are also on Twitter, Tap TV underscore NG. Do where to follow us on all social media platforms. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for doing that. All right, without no further ado, we'd like to head over to our first newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Sun newspaper. The Daily Sun is leading. Rep NLC clash over 100 million naira palliative. Sub-stories under that is ridiculous. Okay, let me take that again. Sub-story under that is ridiculous, barefaced lies, lawmakers. They are favored more than other Nigerians. Union. Nigerian government killing airlines with multi-taxation charges. That's according to IATA. And you can find that on page 25 of the newspaper. I have no grudge against House of Assembly over rejection of cabinet nominees. That's according to Lagos State Governor Sanwo-Olu, and you can read that up on page 7 of the newspaper. G7 ECOWAS meet over advancement of cyber security, and that's also on page 7 of the newspaper. Libyan flood disaster, death toll hits 6,000. That's on page 20 of the newspaper. FG moves NIMC to Interior Minister. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Sun. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the lead story, which is the story on page 6 of the newspaper. Rep NLC. Okay, Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the lead story, which is the story on page 6 of the newspaper. Reps NLC clash over 100 million naira palliative. Palliative again.
I'm telling you. Actually, I think the clash now is because of the palliative they gave, the 500 billion palliative, which they disbursed to all states.
Okay.
They order that that each state should be given 5 billion, right? And a lot of states came out to complain that they have not seen their own, and especially someone like states like Edo State. The
Yes.
governor basically came out to say that his state has not collected the palliative, or him that he's not depending on them for the palliative and all that. That he's going to take care of his citizens, and that he's going to make cushions, bring out some solutions for that will cushion the effect of palliative on the Edo citizens. So now, as of last 2 weeks, something happened where the Nigerian Labour Congress, they actually went on strike, right? 2 days warning strike, and even before then, they've been having series of on and off strike. You understand? And they've been demanding for one increment in their minimum wage, which is 30,000. They want it to be increased, which is understandable.
Very understandable.
Owing to the fact that um, the way the country is, the situation of the country now, you can't. 30,000 won't be able to even. As me as a person, I can't. What would 30,000 be able to do for me? Nothing. Go to the market and see the price of goods there. Things are very costly, and for them to demand for the increment in minimum wage, I feel that's a fair demand from their part. But the way the government are going about it is something that It's amusing me, and it's not surprising. Quite owing to the fact that you know how Nigerian government can be, and how they make empty promises. This the people that promise that once they enter the power, there will be fair judgment. There will be that the citizens of the interest of the citizens will be put first before any other thing. But when they enter, the reverse was the case. And now there was a claim by the leader of the NLC, that's Mr. Onyeka. He said that the reps that they've shared, okay, that each of the rep member that they shared 100 million each among themselves from the palliative money. And now they came out to debunk the news that it's that they never shared any money,
Yes.
and that since the palliative money came, that they've been advocating for the states to disburse it fairly among the citizens, right? Now, these people coming out to say this, and I'm asking, don't you think there is some at least atom of truth in it, owing to the fact that we've seen how some states came out to
Yes.
say that they have not received
They
their
have not
money.
received.
And I used to tell people that palliative in this country is just an avenue to loot more money by the government. They bring it, they will implement that law or the policy. They should disburse a certain amount of money to the citizens, vulnerable citizens. And they might just go to all these IDP communities. They will bring few people, give them some things or tips, and then claim they've disbursed the money, the palliative among the this thing. Even people states like Kaduna came out to say that it was just 2 billion that they collected. Then where
Yes.
is the 3 billion? Like, why can't they just disburse this money? Even when the elders, then the Muslim leaders, they are telling Tinubu that, what about the palliative money? He said he has already issued order. They should give it to them, give it to states. But he cannot start telling them or start enforcing them that they should give it out, or that he cannot start enforcing them or start telling them how to disburse the money, that he has already given the order, so it's left for the states to disburse it. So I'm asking, is that the right thing for a president to say? This type of thing, what you are talking about is 500 billion now here, and this 500 billion that we're talking about, this, if they want an equal share or fairness in sharing it, they should have elected or maybe appointed some committee that will take, like, that will control that affair. But because they know that there is a way they will do it, they don't want it to be so transparent, so they can be able to take some for themselves. Are they telling us that that palliative money, that none of them went into their personal pockets? Can they come out openly to tell us that none of the money went into their personal pockets?
Moving back, the head of the NLC, the president of the NLC,
Exactly.
rather, is alleging that the senators, they are to get 100 million
No,
from the,
they say it's not that they are to get. They said they took,
okay.
you understand? They took 100 million from the ish 100 million from the 500 billion palliative, each of them. You understand? So now they are debunking that. No. So, but my own question here is, are they going to openly come out to say that none of the money went into their private accounts? Like, even if the money didn't reach that 100 million as they claim, are they saying that the money was disbursed fairly? You know, it's not possible. This is Nigeria. And once the issue of palliative comes, that's an avenue for the government to loot some money for themselves. And now these people have been clamoring for increment in their salary, pension, payment of pension for the old ones. Because imagine, after working for the government, you are meant to be under pension, but nothing. Because since you can't work again, so it's from that money that you can be taking care of yourself
Money you
and all
worked
that.
for.
But sometimes they delay this pension money, they delay it 1 year, 2 years, nothing. And they still claim that Nigerian government, that they will still come out to say that okay, according to, there's one place, I read something where the House of Rep came out to say that they can openly say that within not less than 100 days they've been in office, that they've done some quality work in terms of organizing the state. And I'm asking, what can they boast of? What can the reps come out to say, yeah, this is what I have done? They should come out and say it, that has been in the favor of the citizens. Ever since they entered, it has been from one problem to another, from the palliative to increment in price of
From the first subsidy
foodstuffs
removal.
and all that. From the first subsidy remover, increment in price of foodstuff. From there, we start seeing increment in fuel prices, and you see that all these things, we the citizens are the ones suffering for it. What have the government said that, okay, this is what they've done, or to cushion the effect of this um palliative, of this subsidy? They came out with the policy of palliative, but nothing has been done. A lot of people go out, go into the street and ask them if they have at least received some money from it. Nothing. The day they signed it into law, the day they did everything, that was the last day I stopped hearing about 500 billion palliative. Before I saw it, they said, okay, something happened in Adamawa State.
Okay.
The okay, a picture that has been trending, right? That they've been sharing some palliative rice with just spoon
Okay. People are
among the
being spoon
residents.
fed rice.
Just spoon. And someone was saying that this, like, they gave it to the local government chairman, and maybe the thing is too much for him, so he had to bring it out after hoarding 50 kg, thousands of 50 kg bags of rice. After hoarding it, then he just brought out some that, and started feeding them. One spoon of this
Of
thing
rice.
of rice. What's one spoon? You are measuring it with spoons. Lie.
And the sad thing about those images, you actually see people gather for this kind of thing and
Well,
struggle to
you
get
can't
it.
blame
That
them.
shows the level of hunger in Nigeria
Nigeria
presently.
is hungry. Like, the citizens are hungry. You don't blame them. You don't blame them. And you see how people go into robbery, people go into um all manner of illegal activities, and they still get them, arrest them, detain them, even imprison them. Once you are born, you don't even know what you're going to do or become in life. This is the country we are in, a country that doesn't even have the intention of building its citizens. Where one person is doing about 10 jobs, and you call that a country? Is that the country you want for yourself, or we Nigerians want for ourselves? We want a better country, and that's why we are advocating fairness in the judiciary. Because look at what happened um, on 6th, right? It was on 6th of September, where everybody knew that the person whose mandate is supposed to go to. But because of the type of judiciary system we have, the judiciary are not independent as they claim to be. Like, a whole lot of things, even after this thing, there was protest online. People were burning their wig, burning their clothes. Lawyers were burning their this thing. Everybody knew that the things that we expected it didn't happen. And me, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised because I know that it wouldn't go to the right person. The mandate won't go to the right person.
Are you saying that the judges didn't give fair judgment during the tribunal?
According to them, they said they did, that the judgment was fair. But it was so clear that it wasn't. And we can't do anything rather than to respect the decision of the judges. But Atiku and Obi refused. They said they are going for um, to appeal their case with the Supreme Court. So, coming back to what you are saying, You see the country you are in, only God can save us. That's all I have to say. Only God can save us from this. Because imagine imagine NLC going on strike over something that is meant to be given to them freely. A whole lot of things are being done in this country, and you'll be asking yourself, some things are not even worth protesting for. It's something that's supposed to come naturally to you without stress. It's your right as a citizen of Nigeria. But we protest for everything. And we are asking ourselves, what will be the future of our future generation? What will happen? Are we going to be complaining about the same insecurity, the same hunger, the same everything over and over again? A country that is blessed with natural resources, blessed with minerals, blessed with petroleum, but nothing, we're still suffering. And I'm asking myself, what will be the future of Nigeria in the next 5 to 10 years? And this is a question
That's
I
a
have not
question left unanswered.
exactly I have not been able to answer by myself. Because the more we go on, the more times goes on, the more I'm getting scared. The more things are getting difficult. And I'm asking, are we going to look back and say, during the time of social person, things were better? Or are we going to say, during the time of social person, things were worse, but thank God everything is fine now? Are we going to say we miss the other regime, which we've been clamoring for, which we've been castigating? So I'm asking Nigerians, what is our future? How, as a Nigerian, how have you um come up with ideas that will help at least not just you, but the society you're in? Because it's not just the government. We're always talking about the government. We as citizens, we have our own obligations to play in terms of ensuring peace, in terms of ensuring order in Nigeria. So my opinion here is that the NLC have been protesting. The government should at least listen to them. I used to say the problem with Nigeria is misplaced of priorities. All they do is channel their revenue to things that are
Yes.
not necessary. Look at our health sectors depreciating. Look at our education sectors, nothing. And I'm asking, what are they using our money for? The tax people pay, what are they using it for? Are they using it to enrich themselves for generational richness? Seriously, I have no answer for that. I really have no answer for that. It's still quite amazing how Nigerian government sit and watch how the citizens suffer.
So many unanswered questions.
A whole lot.
All right, let's head over to our next newspaper. We'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard is leading forest scarcity sends Naira tumbling to 930 per US dollar. You can find this on page 4 of the newspaper. Academic record, we graduated in Chicago Varsity in 1979. Tinubu's classmate speaks out. You can find this on page 9 of the newspaper. Ransom from kidnapping, fueling terrorism and banditry. That's according to the National Counter-Terrorism Center. And you can read that story up on page 4 of the Vanguard newspaper. Nigeria accounts for 30% global malaria burden. That's according to Minister. And that's on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. MTN raises concern over vandalism of site infrastructures in the southeast. That's on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. IGP declares killer of DPO backhoe in Rivers wanted. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. 600 million trap funds. Tinubu directs CBN to meet foreign airlines. And that's on page 9 of the newspaper. And over to sport, AFCON 2023. Nigeria set to face Senegal, Egypt, or Ivory. Now over to sport. AFCON 2023. Nigeria set to face Senegal, Egypt, or Ivory Coast in same game. That's on page 36 of the newspaper. And in insecurity, Niger to reopen 11 public schools closed in 2021. And that's on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. That's all we'll be taking on the Vanguard newspaper. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on this trending issue on page 6 of the newspaper. IGP declares killer of DPO Bancor in Rivers wanted. It was really a sad thing that happened last week, right? That was
It
last
was
week.
last week.
DPO in charge of fighting insecurity in the state. He was
Rivers
heartlessly
State.
murdered.
Rivers State, actually.
That was in Ahoda local
Ahodas.
government area. He was heartlessly murdered. Condolences, our condolence to his family members.
Seriously, it's quite a very sad one. And the way he was murdered is something that is disheartening because this is someone that he left his state. Okay, he came from all the way from Nasarawa. I know how they normally do. Once working with the government, you belong to the government. And this person, he left his family just to come to service the country, right?
Yes.
Because of the love he has for his country, he had to risk his life carrying out his duty as a police officer. And he was promoted to the rank of DPO, only for him to meet his dead end. Why? Because of the vow he promised or he made during his inauguration. What during the time, like if once you are to become the police, you have to make some certain
Oath.
oath. You understand? It was because of that oath. He was bounded with that by that oath, and he had to risk himself only for him to meet his dead end. And I'm asking, what are the Nigerian government doing about this? Thousands of people like him has lost their lives trying to save others. And what for? Because of the insecurity, high rate of insecurity in the country. My father always said that if you want to tackle something, you start from the roots, which is something Nigerian government has failed to do. Starting from the roots to curb insecurity. Starting with education system. Because once these people are in school, they said an idle man is a devil's workshop. And once you're in school, you won't have that that thought of engaging yourself in all these dubious acts. Secondly, what assurance is the government giving to the Nigerian youths that once you're done with school, you start working? Look at what is happening in America. Once you're in, as soon as before you even do your convocation, you will be assigned a place to work. You might even be working and then you come for your convocation. The government what measures have they put in place in providing work? Or you see old people, they are still stuck in the seat. In UK, there's something they do. Even if you don't want to go to college, that's the university. If you don't want to go to university, they train you as interns. And you become, maybe some people are not good at education. Then you look for they help you to harness your intellectual. You look for what you are good at. They will train you there freely and they will be paying you. But look at the system Nigeria has turned the youth into. You're on your own. Nobody cares. If you don't have connection, nothing can work for you. Even at times, some people, to get the job, they'll be demanding something in exchange. These are the things they meant to curb. They need to get the problem from the root. A lot of them are graduates. A lot of these cultists, these armed robbers, they are graduates roaming around the streets with no work. And you want them now because at times pressure. Because coming out, you've been at home year 1, year 2, year 3 at home. And you think your parents will allow you to, or be feeding you after training you in school. Some of them, they don't have any, they might see their friend driving car and be like, please, put me in the work we are doing, I can do anything. So because they're
That's the
trying to
level of
leave the
frustration that
exactly
Nigerian youth are
for you to
facing.
see the level of, it's not as if Nigerian youth are not trying. They are trying. But because they don't have that opportunity to harness their intellectual. That's why most of them, once they leave this country, they start making it. Most of them. For you to see, and now, coming to this story, this DPO that died, may his soul rest in peace. Okay, he was coming from him and his men. They went for a raid for operation, so they're coming back, so they were ambushed. And this particular this thing, court, Iceland court, according to what they said, these people, they've been terrorizing the community.
Community.
You understand? And he has been trying to put an end. And there's something they said, instead of, at times, war is not the best thing. It's better to you to use diplomacy. So he had to use that diplomacy on them. He promised them that if they should surrender their weapon, they agreed though, only for them to kill him. And you see that this man, all he wanted was peace to reign in his community, in the place of in River State, only for him to meet his dead end. And now the leader, according to what they said the leader, that is gift, according to the paper, that the leader is now declared wanted, and anybody that find the person, they will give him 101 million. And then I'm asking, instead of bringing this 101 million, you know what 101 million can do to at least 10 persons in business? Why won't they start setting up some places, like maybe set up an office or an establishment where they recruit people, train them in what you want?
Youth.
You understand? If you are good at sewing, go there freely. Once you are done, give them some money to start up, or maybe a loan to start up. As you are making, you can be giving back without interest. These are the things the government are meant to be doing. Now, are you telling me that once the person find the suspect, they will give the person 101 million?
That was what was promised.
That was what was promised. One day, you know the Nigerian condition, they will be like, you're an accomplice. Some people are scared that maybe if they should see this person and report, they will hold you, they will detain you first. How do you know this person? Which connection do you have?
We have issues with our security system, for starters. We have seen cases where a particular person will commit a crime in a particular area and police will come, raid that place and pick up everybody. Even innocent people. We have seen cases like
which
that.
Which is wrong. Because of the thing the method they're using, it has made a lot of people not to open up, even if they see the person.
But I must commend the Nigerian police. They are actually trying, even with little resources. They are trying their best.
They are trying. No,
like this dedicated policeman, the DPO that died recently in Ahoda. He was only trying to do his work, which is very sad. But that's a thumbs up for the Nigerian police.
They are trying. They are trying, especially when there is limited resources to carry out their work. They are trying, but the problem now is they should change some methods. You understand? In catching criminals. If they actually want to catch criminals, I always clamor it. I always say it. They should mount CCTV cameras. It helps, because once an attack is, once a crime is committed, what they will do is check the cameras to see the plate number or anything that can give them hints. But just look at what will happen. Something will happen, they will commit a crime. The police will come, carry everybody, whether you're innocent or not. Some innocent people will even suffer for it, which is wrong. So may the soul of this DPO rest in peace. But at least the government should also help our security sector. Let them, give them. Imagine the actually ensued in firefight, and their this thing weapon, it got their bullet, it got exhausted. That was how he was killed. And I'm asking, who are the people sponsoring all these cultists? Who are the people? Because you can't tell me that people that cannot even afford 3 square meal can buy AK-47 that is sold for 600 and something million thousand. There are people sponsoring them. Why? Endangering the lives of Nigerians. So not just the government are to be blaming insecurity. I feel that we the citizens, we have some obligation, like I said the other time, we have some obligation towards the country in safeguarding the lives of all of our own, even our own lives. So whatever that is going to happen, I just pray they find the criminal and bring justice for the soul of the DPO back.
Yes, the DPO deserve justice. All right, we go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. So stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. This is still the newspaper review on TAP TV. I still remain your host, Sophia Jan. We'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Independent. The Daily Independent is leading FG asks CBN to meet airlines quarterly to resolve FX crisis. And that's on page 5 of the newspaper. Student kick as OAU jacks up fees by 300%. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. Sawolu swells in 37 cabinet members. Riot. Sorry, let me take that again. Sawolu swears in 37 cabinet members. Read Riot Act. That's on page 7 of the newspaper. Rep refutes claim of 100 million naira palliative to members, says NLC lied. You can read that up also on page 7 of the newspaper. Court orders DSS police protection for Kogi ADC Goban candidate. Court orders DSS police protection for Kogi ADC Goban candidate. That's on page 29 of the newspaper. Tinubu condoles Libya as flawed death. Tinubu condoles Libya as flawed death toll surpasses 5,100 in one city. That's also on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Independent. Kosi, I would like you to lend your thoughts on the story on page 6. Student kick as OAU jacks up fees by 300%.
That's
Fee
really,
hike has been.
I'm telling you, God. Like to me, I feel this is an avenue for some students to embark in illegal activities, because they're saying that when the fee was at least bearable, that some people, because most students in federal universities, they are training themselves because of due to the bearable or affordable school fees. But now imagine in law faculty, they increase their school fees from 23,000 to 89,000. And I'm asking, what would be the fate of those students that are training themselves? Like, what would be their fate? Because, and what would be the fate? Okay, what would be the fate of the of the parents that are receiving 30,000 a month? We just school fees 89,000. We've not even talked about the accommodation that the landlords, okay, maybe let me say even the hostel, maybe some people are staying in hostel, but it's not everybody. Like it's not everybody was is even privileged to be in that hostel, because I remember back then in school, before school resumed, hostel is already filled up. You understand? And what would be the fate of people that wasn't able to get a spot in the hostel? What will happen? And even the school students, new students, resuming students, like people that are coming newly, what will be their fate? A lot of people will forfeit their admission because of what? Because of the high price in school fees, paying 160 something thousand. And yet asking me, and I'm asking, what is the government doing about this? Are they trying to suck we the citizens dry? They are not increasing the minimum wage. They are not reducing the subsidy effect, and now they're increasing the school fees. Why?
And these are federal schools.
And I still tell you that the government, this current government, only favors the rich. The poor are left to die. This is wrong. It's really wrong, because I can't even imagine the pains the parents will be going through, because they are training. Some people have about 3 siblings there, or 3 kids there in federal school. Because I remember when I was schooling, my younger sister was in my school. And another one, my father is training another person, another in federal university. Another one. And I'm asking, I don't even know how they manage or how they cope. Then what will even happen now? With the whole fuel price hike, the suffering, the increment in foodstuff, how would they cope? How would parents cope in this trying time? Even schools, secondary schools are also increasing their school fees. And this thing is boiling down to the parents. How would they cope? So to me, I feel that the government, I still say it, what Nigeria is suffering from is misplaced of priority. If they want to generate revenue, there are a lot of places they are meant to generate revenue from, and not the struggling students. I remember something happened, was it beginning of this year, that it was when Tinubu entered seat. They proposed that if you are a student, that you can student loan
You
bill,
can have
right?
access to student loan.
And they were saying that if by the time you're done with school and you're not able to pay back, you go to 2 years imprisonment. And I'm asking, what will a student that is trying to stand up or trying to stand, how would the person even make that money, that loan, like make the money back and still pay them? I feel that if they actually want to help the Nigerian students, there are a lot of ways to do that. Firstly, reducing this school fees is too much. It's like you're giving me something and you're collecting it back. That's what the government is trying to do. That means you're coming out and you're entering prison. That's what it means. Because if you're not able to pay it back, that's it. And come and see conditions before they even give you the loan. Come and see conditions. And I'm asking myself, is this thing actually to help the Nigerian students, or to mail us? So I feel that the government should at least, whatever policy they are making, they should look into the citizens. They should at least
Into the welfare of the
I feel they
citizens.
should come out, go into the streets and see how people are suffering. Because if you don't see it, you won't understand the pains of the citizens.
The way they do during elections.
Exactly. These are the times that they're supposed to come out. Because during election, they will be campaigning. You see some people, some governors, I won't mention them, some governors will even be eating with beggars. Just for what? For votes. These are the times they're supposed to come out and feel the pains of the citizens, of the masses, which they feel that which they are governing. not staying up there and making decision without even considering the welfare of the citizens. So I feel I pray that they reduce it, because now students are protesting. Students are really protesting against
Even
it.
in Unilag too.
Exactly. No, to me, no student can even afford such amount. They are protesting against it.
Yes,
And
most students can't.
I pray they at least reduce it to some certain amount, even if it's not return it to the normal price, at least return it to reasonable amount of money that people can at least afford. Even people that are trained themselves, they have go into university, they have a lot of people that are trained themselves, and at that moment oh, some people are still doing runs, doing stealing and all that, just to make ends meet. What will happen now?
Insecurity will increase.
Exactly. So the government should at least, we are appealing to the government, they should exhaust every method to curb insecurity and also help Nigerian youths. We are really begging, because the pain is too much on us.
We don't need more out of school children.
Exactly.
We need more in school children, if I should use that word. All right, that's where we draw our core things for today. It was an awesome time on the newspaper review. I still remain your host, Sophia John, and I didn't do this alone. I did this with my very beautiful Kosi. Thank you for joining us once again.
You're most welcome. I really enjoyed my time here.
Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on all our social media platforms. Until we meet tomorrow, stay safe.